Hello, I'm Mark Ells, Barnstable's town manager, and I'm here to provide you with a community update. I'm getting lots of questions relevant to Halloween this year, and has Barnstable canceled Halloween? The answer is no. As with everything we are doing during this COVID-19 situation, we are following the orders and directives of the governor, and we are following the guidance of all the applicable agencies that are out there relevant to the different types of activities we do in our life. I would encourage all of you to go and look at the mass.gov website under Department of Public Health, or it's more simply under COVID-19. You can look up what's going on relevant to Halloween in Massachusetts. Certainly there are applicable issues relevant to gathering size limits. There are certainly sector-specific workplace safety standards that need to be followed if you're a business and you are participating in Halloween. There's a Halloween activity guidance release by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention that I would highly recommend you take a look at as a parent, as a citizen, as a business in Massachusetts. Again, don't rely on what other people tell you or that you've heard. As responsible adults, we need to go out there, we need to find the answers for ourselves, and then we need to make responsible decisions relevant to those. So please don't just run with what somebody says or somebody posts on social media. Even what's written, in various publications. Go online, look yourself at the official site, which is mass.gov COVID, and you can go in and you can look up all of this stuff really easily. They're encouraging outside rather than inside activities for Halloween. They're encouraging all the things that we all know we need to do during this situation. Proper social distancing, wearing a mask, proper hygiene, and taking personal responsibility. Abstain from activities such as Halloween if you're uncomfortable with it. I would highly recommend that you don't go out there expecting that people will adhere to standards that, number one, are not enforceable, or number two, are greater than what our governor is requiring. Because you're gonna find that a very unenjoyable experience, and I don't think your expectation is realistic. So you may have to abstain if you think that things should be more stringent. I bring that to your attention because I get that call every day. So Barnstable is open to our citizens and our businesses participating in Halloween as long as they follow the directives given by our governor. And I put the responsibility back on all of you to go and look and see what those are and then adhere to them. So that's one issue we should let's see. That's one issue we should talk about. Another issue, there's a lot of fraud relevant to unemployment claims going on out there across all spectrums relevant to employment. What does this mean? It means you need to talk with your employer, you need to look at mail, you need to listen to different institutions you interact with that may have odd inquiries specifically about unemployment, you and your unemployment. It is widespread at this point. And there are specific steps that you need to follow if this happens to you. So any working a person or adult, certainly, at least ask. Look for this or ask. Ask your employer if they've heard anything or seen anything. Basically, if it occurs to you, you need to report the fraudulent unemployment claim to the Mass Department of Unemployment Assistance, so it formally goes on record. You need to file a report with your local police. This is fraud, and you need to file a report. You need to contact your bank and your credit cards. You probably have to change your logins for your accounts. You need to reach out to credit reporting agencies. And this is widespread at this point. It is, so please be aware of it. Please take it seriously, and don't be afraid to, if you see something that's not right, don't be afraid to question it. Okay, especially right now, this is going on. This is active to the point where I have a meeting at 10 o'clock with the police chief and others regarding it. And it's widespread here in Barnstable. Finally, we are offering a remote learning opportunity for 6th and 7th graders at the Youth and Community Center. And we've communicated this out to parents through the Barnstable Intermediate School. I think we sent home flyers in their backpacks. We've put it in our recreation brochure that comes out for the fall. And we've also received funding assistance from the state relevant to providing this opportunity to our residents. And initially, we had a per day fee on it. At this point, we're able to offer this at no cost to those people who register. It is limited. We do have students registered for it. And basically, it allows students to go to the HYCC during the school day when they're remote and work in a controlled environment with oversight. It helps the student. I hope it helps the parent get back to life and be able to take their children somewhere that they feel confident they're safe and they'll be in a productive learning environment. This isn't playtime. This is go there, do your work under the oversight, and this is a coordinated effort with Barnstable Public Schools. So just know that that's available. We haven't had a lot of people. We still have open seats, so but I think that they'll get taken up. I think they'll get filled. So please, if you're interested, reach out to our recreation or go to the town's website and try to find information. If you can't find anybody, call me, and I'll make sure I connect you appropriately so that you can get your child into this sort of learning opportunity. That's all I have this week. Stay well, and I look forward to speaking with you in the near future. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is Meg Mayo Brown, Superintendent of Schools, with our community update as we enter phase 4, which is our full day in-person learning phase. So what's new? We've entered phase 4 of our reopening plan. We've transitioned out of our reduced day, which allowed us great opportunities to review with our staff and others the tweaks and adjustments and amendments that we needed to make to some of our protocols for in-person learning. So again, many thanks to our parents and our community for giving us the opportunity to open with reduced days. It was very, very helpful. This week, our students began to attend full days as we're in phase 4. We're getting some parent and caregiver feedback on our Wednesdays. So again, our Wednesdays for all students are remote learning. Whether you're a student that attends in person or a hybrid model or are fully remote, Wednesdays are fully remote. We are improving the remote schedule at the high school to provide more instructional time with teachers on Wednesdays. So please, if you're a high school student or parent, be on the lookout for some communication from the high school on an improved Wednesday schedule. Our K through 7 schools are reviewing their Wednesday format. We, again, are receiving some feedback from parents and caregivers about how Wednesday might be structured differently. So we're very open to that feedback, and principals are reviewing their Wednesday schedules at this time. I'm going to show a bit about our COVID dashboard and new parent and guardian frequently asked questions. And announcing that our administrator in charge for cohort D for grades kindergarten through 7th grade is Mrs. Beth Deneen. Many of you will know Mrs. Deneen from her role as assistant principal at Barnstable Intermediate School. She's retaining that role, and she's also in charge of cohort D K through 7. Her email is there for anyone that would like to get in contact with her. I know Ms. Deneen has been emailing cohort D parents and students. And then we're announcing that the administrator in charge for Barnstable High School for cohort D is Ms. Hope Taylor. And she sent out an email to cohort D students and families, I believe, yesterday or today. And her email is there as well if you'd like to get in touch with her. In today's slide presentation, I'll be talking a little bit more about what we mean when we say landing pages and some information on our grading and marking periods. So here's what should look familiar. These are two of our public health data metrics that we use that guide our reopening and whether or not we stay open in an in-person format is largely dependent on a number of public health data metrics that we look at. So here is the map. You'll see that Barnstable is in the yellow. That's indicating that we've had an incident rate over the past 2 weeks of 4.1 per 100,000. We do want to be in the green. And then down here is the Barnstable County data, which you can see the numbers were in the double digits, but have recently dropped down to the single digits. We monitor both of these public health metrics to determine our reopening phase. And again, since we are in the yellow, we are continuing with our phased reopening plan, which indicates that students are now attending in person full day. Most importantly, our healthy protocols. We're really pleased to see that our students are following those protocols in school, and that includes hand hygiene, whether that's washing or hand sanitizing. Our schools have had hand sanitizers installed in classrooms. They're in hallways. They're in common areas so that our students have access to hand sanitizer. Our protocol that masks must be worn both on the bus and in school. All of our schools have implemented mask breaks so that students have an opportunity to take their masks off at various points during the day. Maintaining 6 feet of physical distancing in the classroom, certainly, and outside. And when we're advising all to stay home when you're sick, I want to reference here our frequently asked question guide that's now open on our website, posted on our website. You'll see that website address is down at the bottom of the page, and you can review our FAQ guide for questions that you might have. We've received a number of questions from parents and caregivers around if their child is symptomatic, what should they do? We believe that the frequently asked question guide will provide that information to you. We're also pleased to announce that we have a COVID dashboard that is also posted on our reopening page. This dashboard is updated daily. It's meant to provide transparency in terms of the number of students that we have in isolation, the number of staff that may be in isolation due to COVID, what our cumulative cases are for both students and staff. This was the data as of yesterday. I'm recording this on October 14th. And yesterday that we had posted that we had 0 students in isolation, 1 cumulative case. The number of students that are attending in person. We have 1 staff member currently in isolation with COVID, and then 2 staff cases since we opened, and then our number of total staff in the district. So if you're interested in reviewing that dashboard, again, it's updated daily and it's on our BPS reopening page on our website. I wanted to share a little bit about landing pages. These are pages that our educators have developed. You can find them if you're a parent or a caregiver and you're interested in knowing a bit more about what your child is doing, or assignments that are posted or things of that nature, please go to, again, our district website. You can select Teaching and Learning tab, which will bring you to this page. This page, you'll see we have 8 of our 9 schools are posted there. The one school that is not is Enoch Cobb Early Learning Center. But for the purpose of this slide, I selected Barnstable High School, which brought me to this page with the different departments. And then when I viewed the different departments, I selected History and Social Sciences and Business, and it brought me to this page that I've put up here. And when I went to this page, I found Ms. McIsaac and clicked on her name, and it brought me to her landing page. And I'll show you what that looks like. This is Ms. McIsaac's. And again, many of our educators have these landing pages, and it's a great resource for students, but parents and caregivers alike. So when I view Ms. McIsaac's landing page, I see here that she has click on my photo for a welcome message. So if we were live and I would click on that, I would see a welcome message from her. I also see that she has I could click on here, which tells me where can I find and submit my assignment for each of her classes. And then at the bottom, she's posted some standard operating procedures, some SOPs, and a schedule. So again, just want to encourage our parents and caregivers to view those educator landing pages if you'd like. And then we've established our grading periods for all grades, pre-K through 12. You'll see here at the top, I've noted that the Enoch Cobb Early Learning Center, their semester 1 will end on January 29th, and their second semester begins on February 1st. Our schools that are K through 7 are on a trimester schedule. So you'll see here that for K through 7, we've noted the trimester start dates, the end dates, the number of days in the trimester, and when report cards would be distributed. The Barnstable High School is on a quarter system. So you'll see here, we've identified when the quarter starts, when the quarter ends, the number of days in the quarter, and we're in the process of determining when report cards will be distributed. Breakfast and lunch, we are a district that received a waiver so that all breakfast and lunches are free for all students all year. Our meals are individually packaged, and all students are eating meals in a supervised setting, physically distanced at 6 feet apart. We are looking at options for hot meals in the coming weeks. We've heard from our students and from our parents and caregivers wondering if we'll be able to transition to hot meals. Dave Badeau, our food service director, is looking at those options, and we hope to be able to do something in coming weeks. All of our schools have pickup areas for students who are on a remote schedule. We are, based on parent feedback, launching a page on our website that will list all locations and hours where lunch can be picked up for our remote learners. Again, if you're a parent or a caregiver of a remote learner, you don't need to go to your child's particular school. You can visit any school to pick up a meal. And the Barnstable Recreation Department has launched a remote learning center. They've received a grant. This remote learning center is now free. You can see here on the information, again, this is for students that are attending Barnstable Intermediate School, that there's supported remote learning time for them. So if you're looking for a location to have your child attend during his or her remote learning day, Barnstable Recreation through HYCC is the place to go. If you're looking for care, it's no cost. It's supervised, and they will have some other additional activities. If you're interested in the program, you can see the contact information is at the bottom of the screen, and it runs from November 4th through June 18th. Drop-off time is at 8 a.m. The remote learning time is from 8:20 a.m. to 2:40 p.m. So again, a great opportunity for our Barnstable intermediate students. And then finally, I'm just going to close with our school calendar and a reminder of some important dates coming up. November 11th is Veterans Day, so there is no school. November 23rd through the 27th is Thanksgiving recess. There is no school for students in preschool through grade 7 during that entire week, again, the 23rd through the 27th. However, students who attend Barnstable High School in grades 8 through 12 do need to attend on November 23rd and 24th. And then again, in December, our holiday recess begins on December 24th and runs through January 1st. So that includes my update. And just again, want to thank everyone for your patience and understanding and support as we continue to keep our schools open and move through our reopening phases. Thank you.